Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good morning, world. This is Ron Bolshark from WD News. Today we have a very special guest because when you usually think of Rome, you think of people like Nero, Tiberius, and Caligula. For example, Caligula took advantage of brides at their weddings. Tiberius wasn't very respectful towards children, and Nero made a horse his consul. But today we have one of the emperors from Rome's 5 good emperors, or that special time period. Today we have Trajan, one of the best emperors Rome would ever have.
Hey Ron, Trajan from Rome here. I'm happy to be here. This has been an important moment in my life. I've always wanted to be in an interview.
Time for some questions. Trajan, you're the first Roman emperor to not have been born in Rome. How does that make you feel, and how does that change your ruling?
Thanks Ron. It makes me feel special and unique. It is a satisfying thought that I am the first to break the barrier of only Italians as princeps. I am truly honored for Nerva to have chosen me as the next emperor because of the qualities I have, despite my birth in Spain. I also feel that because I made princeps, there has been a declining dominance of only Italians in important positions. People have realized that there are some other wealthy provincials who are not from Italy and have earned recognition and respect to move into an important position.
Sorry about that. Now for the second question. How do you feel about yourself being ruler, and what kind of ruler do you think you are? Give me a general perspective on yourself as princeps.
I believe that I am a very capable, energetic, and straightforward ruler. My main interest is in military, so I like to be detailed in that important category of my ruling. I also like to be on top of my government and make sure that I know what my problems are so I can resolve them in order to keep the ever important peace, unification, and cooperation of all my people in the government. I am also making sure there is no abuse of power, even my own. This is why I helped increase the power and respect of the Senate and reduce the power of the Praetorians. I believe that it is always critical to do a good job as emperor for the benefit of the empire and the future.
I completely understand and agree. I've heard that you've inserted a more helpful system for the relief on poor families. Is this true?
Yes, I have. Nerva tried to take a first try at a system like this, and I believe it's a great idea. So I am going to take it farther. This should help stop the decrease of Italian population and encourage parents to have more children. In this system, I have created ways to raise money, like making sure loans to landowners have low interest rates so they can pay them on time. Then I give this money raised to the poor, boys and girls in Rome, so they can have a better education and a better life. I have also granted 5,000 Roman children to receive free grain every day, and this is important because these children are the future of our empire, so they need to be risen well in order to maintain the empire's success in the future.
Okay. What are your thoughts on the construction of buildings and other works in the empire?
Honestly, our creation of buildings and other works needs lots of work. That is why I've taken responsibility to make lots of repairs and creations of buildings. I have repaired existing roads and highways, and I've made new ones. These roads have improved our communication, trade, and ease of travel for military and all others. Communication is a large part of running such a vast empire, so the better the communication is, the more efficient our empire can be. Our trade can help bolster our declining economy, especially for the ones who are suffering the most from poor finances. The travel of people is important as well. People, especially the military, need to make sure they need to get where they need to go quickly and without a problem. I have also rebuilt the Roman Forum and made it much larger and spacious. I have also rebuilt other important public places that many people use to benefit all the people of Rome.
Okay, well, why did you start the war with the Dacians?
I started the war to try and conquer Danube because of their growing threat to take some of our territory. So I led the invasion of Dacia to try and conquer it and its king, King Decalbus, to subdue them and their power. My first invasion failed in 101, but the next year I invaded them yet again, this time being successful. The result of this war was peace with Dacia and King Decalbus, but this did not last long, as you may know. A few years later, Decalbus led a revolt against one of my allies, provoking me to go to war with him yet again. I went to the front lines with my soldiers, and the following year I invaded Dacia again, this time taking its capital as my own. The empire now includes the territory of Dacia, and I received all of its wealth for the empire.
Alright, so when Parthia broke the peace between them and us, how did you manage to resolve this?
This was a tricky situation. A man named Orseus, the Parthian king, deposed the Armenian ruler, whom we were allied with, resulting in the breakage of peace between them and us. To solve this, I went to the front lines again and easily conquered Armenia and made it into an imperial province. Then I went into Upper Mesopotamia and made this an imperial province too with ease. Then I continued onward and easily conquered the rest of Mesopotamia, making it into the province of Syria that you know today. Although I soon learned that Parthia was in revolt, I went back out to subdue the revolt and I succeeded.
Alright, so, what did you do about the Jews?
This rebellion had spread all throughout Mesopotamia, Egypt, Cyprus, and Palestine. The rebellion was led by a messianic Jewish king. This rebellion not only challenged us, but also a few other places, especially in Greece. Greece and this rebellion were fighting extremely hard against each other, so I stepped in to save the day, like I always do. I completely suppressed the rebellion and restored order everywhere in all the places that were in revolt.
Alright, so we have one more question. How do you feel to be known as one of the 5 good emperors?
It really does feel amazing. Not to be conceited or anything, but I do believe I deserve it. I have worked to increase all aspects of the empire for my entire reign. I have been an excellent military commander in defending and expanding the empire. I have kept the social order with the Senate and the wealthy while also aiding the poor. I have fixed some areas of government, like the abuse of power of the Praetorian Guards. The construction of many public works, including Rome's Forum, was very important to me that I was able to improve. Most importantly, I have kept the inner peace and stability of the empire.
Alright, well, thank you, Trajan.